Alrighty. Do you know why I did that?
No.
It's like
Sorry.
someone's vacuuming
I got
right
a
now.
wedgie. Sorry.
Someone's vacuuming right now.
The audacity of the George family.
All right, guys. Well, welcome back. Well, first of all, look at the set.
Yay! Surprise number 1!
It's literally so cute. Like, look at this.
Slay.
Like, I feel like go me.
Go Amazon.
and
You
Amazon.
and Amazon.
But like I did not expect it to come together like this, and I'm so
No.
excited. But our second surprise, we have a guest. Woo! This is our first guest, which is so exciting.
actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're our first guest.
That's so slay.
I
Do
know.
you feel honored?
I feel really honored.
You should.
Good one.
You should.
I don't think we could have picked anyone better.
I don't think so either.
Oh, I thought you said you could.
Well, we are super
sure.
excited. We have so many new things happening. We have lights. We have all of this stuff. I have my Dr. Pepper. What is that?
It's a strawberry mocktail from.
Oh.
Ain't no way that you included Dr. Oh, I thought you were talking about like the set. And you're like, we have lights, chairs, Dr. Pepper. I was like,
yeah.
Since me and Rachel are both on a Dr. Pepper kick.
Yes. Well, I'm never not on a Dr. Pepper kick.
she's a Dr. Pepper
Addict.
life.
I have a shirt.
Did you see the ice cream?
Did you know that one time?
Yes, but I haven't tried it yet. But I have. People just give me Dr. Pepper things now. So whether it's Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper Peeps, Dr. Pepper
I saw
Cotton
those.
Candy,
Jelly beans.
Dr. Pepper jelly beans, and I am sorry to say none of them taste good. They're all bad.
Well, how can you like?
Don't tell Shelly.
You should try the Dr. Pepper Poppy.
Poppy?
Poppy.
like
It's
a
the probiotic or
yeah.
prebiotic.
Oh, interesting.
Or soda.
Did you know that one time I accidentally told a man I was addicted to cocaine because Rachel was talking about her Dr. Pepper
We
addiction?
were walking in Target and
No, we were walking out of Target.
Out of
He was
Target.
walking in. And she was like, we were talking about like how she loves Dr. Pepper and stuff. And she's like, I didn't mean to get addicted to Dr. Pepper. And I said, well, I didn't mean to get addicted to cocaine either. It just happened. And the man like looked at me and I like had turned, he was like walking past us. So he was like past us. And I turned around to like look at Rachel. And he literally just was like,
anyways, okay, shall we start?
we shall.
Okay, that's Monica.
That's Rachel.
And
that's Teegan.
And welcome to
Welcome to, sorry, I forgot. I blanked.
and you want to join us?
And
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Fix Yourself.
I got the dogs out, so I need the blanket.
Well, I don't think they can see past that couch. They can't see that couch at all. so
She
you should be
literally, on the phone with me, she was like, my dog's out. Is that acceptable to have my dogs out at someone else's house?
Well, I feel like
fine. Well, I feel like that's acceptable, but the problem is you don't want to, probably don't want on camera.
right, like why
You
would I
can totally
give
have your dogs out at my house, just maybe not.
her dad's
on
dogs
camera.
are always out.
Dude,
They were out at
my
the airport.
My dad's dog, he wore sandals to the airport. So when he went through security,
Oh my god, he walked barefoot on the ground.
dogs,
No, let's
bear
think
dogs
about
on
it.
the ground.
Literally
So
2 minutes
gross.
before we were getting in the car to go to the airport,
I
she was like,
told
put
him.
socks on. He
I
was like,
told him.
No.
I said, put shoes on, and they're like, we're not. Well, I do understand that they're not going to wear shoes in India because it's super hot. But you cannot have your bear dogs out at the airport.
Put
That
some
is
socks on.
nasty.
And then she like FaceTimed me a little bit later while they were at the airport, and her dad was like, just bought myself some socks.
Yeah, I told them. I freaking told them. No one listens to me, but I freaking told them.
Did you?
I think Fix
Teegan.
Yourself's pretty good.
Wait, you want to hear a funny story about how we came up with the Fix Yourself name?
Oh my
At your
gosh.
lacrosse game when we went and
Yes.
watched you.
Really?
We were sitting in the
We were-
stands
and we were
talking
just- oh my
about
gosh,
it.
Teegan
We-
needs the fixers.
No. We literally formulated this whole podcast at one of your lacrosse
At your
games.
game.
We were like, we should start a podcast. And then we were like, what should we call it? And then we were like, what should it be about? And
We
we
brainstormed, like,
formulated
2
the
brain
whole
cells.
thing at your lacrosse game that we went to. So, okay. We didn't know what to talk about at first. And I gave you guys the green light to come up with a topic. And what did you come up with?
Conspiracy theories.
It's
So-
you have to be like theories or like
Conspiracy theories.
like in like
Very
a
good.
horror.
I gotta go pee. Can we hold on?
Are you kidding me?
Go
It just
piss,
hit me
girl.
really bad.
Be
Go piss, girl.
fast. We really have to let Monica pee because she will pee her pants and she will pee on my couch. So, have you ever been like? Never mind. You would have told us if you've been robbed or something.
No, I haven't been robbed. some guy called me mi amor this morning.
A what?
He called me mi amor.
Oh, mi amor, my love.
Yeah. He goes,
Interesting.
bye mi amor. I was like,
Interesting.
they all have a little crush on me, so it's funny.
Wait, that's kind of cute. Oh, that's not cute.
It's
That's
like a
bad.
group of like 20 guys.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't
Yeah,
like
and
that.
then some guy told me that he'd buy me donuts. He's like, I was
Oh.
like, is that all for you? And he's like, and whatever donuts you'd like. Sir, I get them for free. Keep your money. That's what I said.
Like,
I go save it.
Do guys like this? Like, do these lines work on women?
No.
Like, it's crazy.
No,
like,
they don't.
Why do they do that?
They don't work on women. And they say because they don't pull.
Oh my gosh, we need
Dog shot.
I'm gonna zoom in.
Please. If we make a ton of money off of this,
just of Teegan's pee.
we like the views on this one skyrocket. We're like, what could it be? It's Teegan's dog.
It's like
And
just
then
like
the future-
one dog. Look at my Band-Aid. It's an elemental.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, it's so good. Did you
Really?
guys go see it?
No. We've seen Barbie and we've seen Oppenheimer, but we haven't
Know
seen
what I
it.
just saw?
What?
Sound of Freedom.
How was it?
So good.
I want to watch
wanna
it
see
so
that.
bad.
It's
I
literally
want to
so
watch it.
good.
Have you heard about all of, for conspiracy theories, have
Yes,
you heard
here
about
we go.
all the different people on TikTok who have gone
Yeah,
to the
with all the
movies
lights.
and like the lights will turn off or like they'll say something isn't working.
The fire alarm will go
The
off.
fire alarm, like,
Yeah.
dang, it's the industry, man, because I think that's what this movie is targeting, is the
Yeah.
industry and how, like, it uses child trafficking, and so that's crazy. Like,
I literally
there was almost
sobbed.
no promotion. Like,
Yeah.
the movie's been done for, like, 5 years. and,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, we were just talking to a friend about it last night,
Yeah.
and she was telling us all that too.
yeah.
We
It's
should.
so
We
good.
should. We should do
I
that.
literally
What is it?
sobbed the entire
Yeah.
movie. But like the one saying is like God's children are not for sale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
Yes,
is like
tell
so
them
slow.
Yeah, okay. Conspiracy
Sorry.
theories!
Conspiracy theories.
that. Yeah.
I feel like we need to bring Tegan back for, like, one, like, super, like, dramatic one, like, stories of, like, I don't know, like,
Death?
cheaters.
Oh,
or-
That was so
I just mean, like, toxic masculinity.
Oh,
Oh.
good one. I'm in.
we could just change the.
We could just change the theme.
Wait, I kind of want to change it.
Do it.
Let's change it
Yes.
halfway through.
Okay.
We haven't
Toxic
talked about
masculinity.
one conspiracy theory, and I don't think me and Monica researched enough for that.
Yes. Okay.
All I know is
Changing the
JFK
topic.
shot first.
And the moon landing might be fake.
The Earth is flat. And Walt Disney is buried under Disneyland or World.
And the Earth is hollow.
Put it away. Immediately put it away.
She's crying. She's crying. So now you heard all of our conspiracy theories.
That's
now
it.
moving on to toxic.
Toxic. Welcome to Toxic Masculinity. We should change our podcast name to Toxic Masculinity.
I agree. Who cares about pictures?
I mean, honestly, it's the same thing.
Oh my God, yes.
just fix yourself.
Are we ready for the story?
We're ready.
Okay. My 25 male boyfriend gets angry when I, 25 female, ask for help with bills/household necessities.
It's defensive. Is that what it
Yes.
says?
He like just gets angry. My boyfriend and I have been together almost 2 years. When I met him, he lived at his parents', and they were nice enough to let me stay there a couple months while I finished college. I graduated and now work as a software developer. Okay, girl boss.
Okay, Slayer.
My boyfriend has a hard time maintaining employment. He worked at a landscaping company when I met him, but then stopped going in. Then he worked at a pizza place and quit. So now that he's working again, I was expecting him to at least try and pay for the bills, things around the house, etc. He's been using my car since we got together.
Kick him out. Red flag.
I asked if he could put a little gas in it. He said no.
What? Imagine being
Okay,
bold.
no.
Imagine being bold.
He went.
I said I didn't understand. What?
What's that show when they're like, and then they get three of them?
America. It's either America's. I think it's America's Got Talent.
I thought it's American Idol. No.
No, American Idol's singing. It's specifically only singing.
Oh, then
You're
it's
right. You're
America's
right.
Got
It is
Talent.
America's Idol.
No, America's Got Talent is the
America's
red
Idol.
X. America's Got Talent is the red X one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
what I said.
No, you said
And
America's
they have
Idol.
like golden buzzer.
Yes, that too. Okay. Anyways,
Guys, I'm not tooting. It's my feet on the chair.
Disclaimer.
I said I didn't understand because he had money to buy unnecessary things and junk food. I've bought him food since we started living together. I just eat healthy, so he doesn't like it. So he just buys like extra junk food.
I don't
Interesting.
like that.
With his paycheck. Oh, so that's what he uses his paycheck for. It's junk food. And I wasn't expecting him to put more than that amount of gas in my car. He didn't really respond. So he will buy junk food, but he won't put gas in our car that he uses.
Then leave the car empty with no gas.
Then today I asked if he could buy laundry detergent, and again he said no.
Break up. Immediately break up.
Literally. And again, I brought up another thing he's bought. He actually got pretty angry and said it was unfair that I'm asking him not to buy anything for himself when he earned his money and wanted to spend it in a way that makes him happy. I said it's fine if you have money to do that after necessities are bought, and that I just didn't want to fully support him indefinitely. He said if he has to work only to pay bills, he was going to quit, and that I made more than him. What? So he's not working to pay bills. He's working to buy junk food. That's really good. Okay. Which is fair, but I only want him to help with what he can. If that's not 50%, it's no big deal. So I was sitting eating my breakfast, and on the way to work, he goes, "Look at you being paid X amount of dollars to sit and eat breakfast and not work. Must be nice. You could just play video games all day." And started saying that I had middle class syndrome because I was tricked into going to college.
So
literally
What?
nothing he's saying is making sense.
basically, he's just wrong.
Yeah. I honestly don't know what to do. Frankly, I feel like I am talking to a 15-year-old, and he's just using me to pay for everything.
It kind of sounds like that.
Yeah.
It literally sounds like someone who like just got their first job.
Literally,
But
they don't
also,
know. Like, just
so
so ignorant. Like, even a 15-year-old. Okay, we'll get to that. I have worked very low-paid jobs throughout college, so I understand the frustration, but I pretty much never bought anything luxury for myself if necessities were in question. And sometimes I went without things like food and haircuts just to make it. Yeah, that's it. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. So he's working. So basically she's completely supporting him.
Yes.
And the only reason he's working is to buy himself junk food and other things that are not important. And then he calls her lazy and says that she doesn't even have to work.
And then the few times she asks him to chip in, he's like,
Nope.
no.
All right. So yeah, there's so much to attack here. Like,
Just the man in general.
Just attack him.
let's just warning headphone users. I should just name this podcast Chaos. Just pure chaos.
Pure chaos.
But yeah, this man just sounds dumb. Like, he has no common sense.
Basically, I think she should find someone better.
Yeah,
That's dump
so-
his
Because
butt.
why are
Booty.
you supporting him?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
He's the fact that
Cut
he
him
said-
off. That's what you do. Cut him off.
Not that there's something wrong with like women being the money maker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
women can make more than men. That's
yeah,
fine.
she even said that. She's like, it doesn't have to be 50%. Like,
But like,
But
you have
he-
to contribute something to life.
you have to bring something to the relationship, you know? Like, even if you're like a stay-at-home dad, at least you're like contributing. Like, if you were literally just doing nothing and then, yeah, that's
like,
ridiculous.
He's just like not like he's using his money for him, but her money is expected to also be used for him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
And like, he
Excuse
doesn't
me?
eat her food because it's healthy. So that's why he went, like, it doesn't, none of it makes any sense at all.
Basically, he is the red flag.
Absolutely. Walking red flag. This comment says he has to work to pay bills. I hope he quits his job and then she quits the relationship.
literally, please.
Yeah, Monica.
Good grief. When is she going to realize he is a, what does POS stand for?
Piece of shoot.
Oh, gold digger. This other comment says, what possibly is he bringing to the relationship table here? His petulance, his inability to have an adult job, his anger issues. I just don't see why you'd keep around a liability like this.
A liability. That's so real.
You know, by the Lord.
Girl, run far, fast, and now.
What's that TikTok? Someone's like,
I know what she's talking about. It's like,
how do you get me?
So I'm not on that side of TikTok.
no, it's like
Get
the,
honest,
the
like-
filter.
And then they
It's
do like
old.
the filter of Queen
It's
Elizabeth,
old.
and she's like, I jump, jump, jump,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And the police are like in the background. Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
did Queen Elizabeth get arrested?
She's dead.
Yeah. Isn't Queen Elizabeth the one that like
She's-
just died?
She died.
Cheers, his grandma.
It is. Remember, we all, and then everyone,
Texted
in the,
her.
everyone in the office.
Congratulations. Or not.
Congratulations, your grandma's dead.
Right. We're gonna go a little controversial today. So
This is the conspiracy theory.
you're right. My homies are slowly being radicalized by Andrew Tate.
I think I had a friend
Should
named
we-
Andrew Tate.
Should we talk about our opinions on Andrew Tate, or should we not?
Okay.
I think we all don't like him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You think what?
I feel like it's a mutual disagreement.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Unless
I
it's-
have
I
what?
said unless it's not.
Why would I
didn't say
like
anything.
Andrew Tate?
I'm just-
She's the one who likes bold men.
I don't think love is always a good thing.
Okay, bold. Be bold, I guess.
They're just like soft.
Anyway, move on.
Fault.
Okay. I have a close-knit circle of friends. I have 4 buddies that I consider brothers, and we're all in our mid-20s. We've all known each other for going on a decade or more. When I first met them, they were all pretty naive and innocent. I also was very politically vocal. At the time, I was a massive Bernie fan. Politics.
Like the character from Elmo?
Yeah. They had zero interest in...
I thought you said Barney.
That too. They had zero interest in politics, but they enjoyed learning. This is partially why I love them so much. They are some of the most open-minded, caring guys I've met. A couple of years ago, when Andrew Tate first started going viral, he wasn't really a topic among us. However, myself, a couple of buddies, not all of us, mentioned that he was kind of a D-bag. Not much else was said about him. Fast forward to the end of last year. One of the guys in my group started sending clips of Andrew Tate after he got arrested. Clips that entailed him proclaiming his innocence, that all of it is a scheme to take him down for no reason, and more clips talking about the destruction of manhood and blah, blah, blah. I didn't say much at first, but it got to a point where he was quoting Andrew Tate very frequently. So I confronted him and how I believe Andrew Tate is a toxic alpha male who belittles and condescends those he doesn't also consider to be alpha males. I also explained that the concept of an alpha male in and of itself is ridiculous. The guy who coined the term later rejected its validity. I explained how he puts down people who are depressed or broke. We got into a very long and drawn-out argument. I explained to him that all of these are red flags for a road to intolerance, and that intolerance would eventually rear its ugly head at my community too. I asked if he would follow Tate if that became the case. He said, just because I like to take notes from successful people doesn't mean I agree with everything. So I tried to ask what he does agree with, and the only thing I've gathered is that Andrew Tate has instilled this idea into his head that people who struggle deserve it because they don't better themselves. And I think that's such a bleep concept. To say that depression or financial struggle is something you can just wake up and decide to stop one day, and all it takes is some exercise and a boss mentality, is simply not true. Anyways, as him and I were arguing and things were wrapping up, and I thought it was getting through to him that Andrew Tate is not a good guy, 2 of my other buddies chime in and say they agree with Andrew Tate as well. I'm shook. When did he become a figure in my friend group? I've noticed these guys also start to become more aggressive and hot-headed. They've become overly confident, not saying it's bad to be confident, but I'm talking about behaving as though they are alpha and everyone else is beta. I'm not sure how I feel about my buddies idolizing a man that I think represent every nasty impulse in the generation of young men. He's just easier to digest because of the abs and the car and the clout.
I'm sorry, when you said alpha and beta, all I can think about are those TikToks.
I'm the alpha. I'm the leader. I'm the one
Down,
you trust.
boy.
Trust! Whatever it takes. Whatever it is. We're in this pack for life. Ow!
What scared
We're
me?
wolves. We own the night.
What scared me is that like celebrities were doing that too. Like that was so scary. Yeah. So this is crazy. Like people who, it's really interesting that the one thing that they like about Andrew Tate is that they're like, is the whole like, you need to better yourself and people who struggle deserve to struggle.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's whack.
Because, like, you
Yeah.
can't control, like, again, your depression. And, like, a lot of people are, like, born into really hard situations.
Right, it's not like you choose to be, like, in certain situations.
Right. And even, like, with things like depression or things like addictions, like, those are hard things. And it's, like, I don't think anyone deserves it at all.
I agree.
You can't just, again, like, you can't just wake up one day and be like, I'm actually happy.
They're toxic and they're following toxic men.
Like Andrew Tate.
I just feel like men, when they get together, the half a brain cell that they individually had is like combined, but then they like leave it out back.
And
like,
but they also like they think they're right.
they're fully convinced.
Yeah,
like,
I can
them and the
imagine being
bros.
like, yeah, you're right, dude. Yeah.
Right.
The boys and the bros, I think they think they're like undefeatable.
Right, like when they're together, like they have all the confidence.
Can you leave that in, or you gonna take that out?
Gotta take that out.
I feel like they have like the confidence when they're together, because
Yeah.
like
When they're apart.
I feel like it's really toxic when when a guy acts really differently around his guy friends than you.
I agree.
That's just like, oh, okay, so you're not really you. Like, you're a different person. Like, you're probably, what are you enabling? Okay, I'm gonna read some comments, and then we'll do like one more story and be done.
Should I tell Tegan my cow joke?
No. Okay.
I'll tell you later.
If you care about the character of the people you are friends with, then you will not be friends with them. People who idolize men like Andrew Tate cannot be rational, nor can they see where they are wrong. They are being brainwashed by toxic masculinity. If you can't get through to them, you are going to have to stop hanging out with them. Your friends are going nowhere fast. There's not much you can do at this point. They know how you feel and don't care. Plus, now there's 3, so now they feel more emboldened that they aren't alone. You might have to just watch them be single and mad about nothing till they implode. Jamie and I have been friends since we started college together in 2019. She met Henry this past summer on a dating app. They started as a casual thing, but got serious fast. He moved in with her after 2 weeks of dating. He was living 2 hours away, so she wanted him closer. I didn't formally meet him until a month into their relationship after they moved in together. I wasn't aware that it was that serious until she told me that he was staying with her. I met him and he seemed nice. He made an effort to talk to me. He was quiet but polite, and he treated her amazingly. I thought that this was a stable, happy relationship. The next time I saw her, she wanted to tell me about how they've been fighting because he's been going through her phone while she's sleeping.
What?
That's so like.
That's so toxic.
It gets worse. He made her delete everything associated with other men, including a letter from her now deceased ex-boyfriend.
What?
That's so sad.
Oh my gosh. If this isn't toxic masculinity, I don't know what is.
Like a dead boyfriend. Like,
Yeah.
Are you that? What's the word?
Jealous, insecure.
Are you that?
She was upset, but she said she understood that he didn't want to think of her with other men.
Okay, then don't.
Right. Turn them off. Turn that thought off. I don't know.
Does he want to date someone who just hasn't been with anyone else? Interesting. I was shocked and disgusted and told her my concerns. A month later, she tells me that this behavior has continued every single night. She falls asleep, he goes through her phone, and then wakes her up to argue.
I'd be peeved.
I'd be so
That's so
mad.
bad. She cried to me every time he does this after this point. I told her to get out of it or maybe take a break from living together. It has moved so fast, in parentheses. Eventually, it was too much for her, and she told me to help convince her to dump him. I gladly did. But the next day, she shows up to my apartment with him, all happy-go-lucky. She told me in private, "You don't understand because you've never been in love like this." This pissed me off. After this, Henry kept making remarks about how Jamie really got around it before she met me, or, "I bet Jamie's been with most of this town." What?
This man needs to go.
Oh my gosh. Later in the night, he inappropriately touches her in front of me while she continued to say stop.
Red flag.
Nope. She later blamed it on his autism and how he needed to touch her even when it starts to hurt her. This was my final straw. The next time I spoke to her, I told her I wanted nothing to do with him. I told her that I no longer wanted to be involved in the relationship and I don't even want to hear about him again. I told her how uncomfortable, toxic, and abusive it all was. She told me that I was immature and needed to grow up, that I was just mad because she didn't break up with him. She called me a bad friend. I snapped and told her I also want nothing to do with her and that I was sick of giving advice to someone who didn't want to hear it. I've been ignoring her since. Am I the a-hole for dumping my friend? I'm going to go with yes.
I was just about to say yes.
I think everyone's the a-hole here.
I agree. I was going to say, because you don't, like, dump your friend in the midst of something bad. Like,
No.
if you were truly, like, good friends, you wouldn't, like, leave her, like, in the dust, I guess.
Here's the thing is what he's doing is not okay.
Oh, absolutely not.
And I understand, there are, like, special needs is a thing and it's a serious thing. However, it does not excuse touching someone inappropriately.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And if that's happening, then one, they need to be supervised by someone,
Mm-hmm.
or to like there's like a lot of other things that should go into it, but it should not be used as an excuse to do something like that.
And I feel like it's uncomfortable for like other people to see
Right.
too.
Right.
I don't know.
And what was I gonna say? And like when you're in a relationship, like it's hard to see outside of it. You know, it's hard to like be like when you're in love with someone, it's really, really hard to like it's what's it
It's
it
hard
called?
to look-
Blinders.
Yeah, it's like a horse with blinders on.
Rose-colored sunglasses. It's rose-colored glasses. Like, have you not seen that? Heard that?
Yeah.
Rose-colored glasses.
I just think of horse blinders.
Yeah. So like when you're in love and you just like are in love with someone, it's so hard to it's so easy to invalidate your emotions and invalidate what
Yeah.
this person's doing and how it's making you feel. And so I think that like it's really hard to break up with someone, and
Especially like if you feel like you're like so head over heels with them. Like
yeah.
if you're
Babe, you're talking to the
sorry.
That's okay.
Like if you're like so head over heels with someone, like
Mhm.
it's also hard to take other people's opinions. I feel like
Yeah.
even like in best like in friendships, like your friends like give you advice and you never like
Right.
people don't take their opinions. I don't know.
I don't think it's that they don't take their opinions. I think it's like they are, in this relationship and they don't want to think badly of somebody because, it's like their person.
Right.
They don't know what to do. They're confused. There's a bunch of stuff, there are all the emotions and stuff. And, like, they just are lost. But I think, like, on the best friend, like, obviously she's witnessing things that are happening that are like, this is not okay. So for her to just like leave her when she's the person that her friend is going to, just like doesn't settle with me, because like if something happened and you've walked out of her life, now who is she gonna go to when you're that person? Like
Right.
there's been times where I've given Rachel advice and she hasn't taken it, but at the end of the day it's like, okay, well, one, I can't control what she does. That's on her to choose, and I'm here to pick up the pieces and be there for her when things go badly. But like I can't
You can't
stop
change
her
your mind.
from doing other things. She's her own person, and like at no point do I want that to like end our friendship, so that when she like realizes what's going on or like changes her mind or is in a situation she's like ready to get out of, that she's alone in.
Yeah, like, I will tell you right now, I have not listened to Monica's advice so many times. Was she right most of the time? Yes.
We literally had a bet and we were going to go skydiving.
We're still gonna go skydiving. But when I have definitely like not listened to Monica so many times, not because I don't value her advice, because I do, but because it's so hard, like when your emotions are so like, all over the place, to listen to reason, because you can't control your emotions. And I know that if Monica left me on top of everything that I was going through, that I would have spiraled even more.
Yeah.
So
It's just so hard to listen to other people's opinions when you think you're right and you think you're like you think there's nothing like wrong. Maybe you sense something's wrong, but like in your mind, like this like person that you love can't do anything wrong. Like it's hard to open your mind to other things that other people are saying.
That, and also I feel like it's so dumb to walk out on somebody for something like that, because I don't know, I feel like us, like, even though I've given you advice, you haven't taken it, you've given me advice, I haven't taken it, like after everything, I feel like it just like we're better friends now. So it's like,
it's not your job to make sure that the other person is making all the right decisions. It's your job to just be there for your person when life happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think another thing is like when you're in a relationship too, like everyone has flaws,
Absolutely.
And I think sometimes when you're when your emotions are too involved, it's hard to draw the line. Like the line becomes fuzzy where, hey, this is a flaw that I'm accepting because you're human, and then, hey, this is a flaw that's just not okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it can be hard to like differentiate that.
Yeah, the line definitely blurs when you're like
and I feel like we're told so many times to forgive, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you are expected to forgive people and to just move on, like to be hurt by people and move on. So like it's like hard to like draw the line of like, okay, there's a difference between forgiving and letting them keep hurting you and like moving. And you don't. It's hard to like differentiate that. It's not something that's talked about. To like, when is too much? When do you walk away?
I think that forgiving is really important, but that doesn't mean you have to forget.
Right.
Like, forgiving should not be an excuse to let someone to continue to hurt you.
Right.
I ain't never forget.
Yeah, but there's just so much here that is just so wrong. I mean, you never just
all in
abandon.
the wrong.
Yeah, you never just abandon a friend, you know?
No, absolutely not.
But this man also needs to go. So
Absolutely. Kicked out.
What you do is if when your friend asks you for advice, you tell her how you feel, but you also don't alienate her and you don't make her feel bad for her decisions or bad for her thinking, because that's just going to make her be like, oh, I can't talk to you. So now I'm just going to like not tell you when things are bad. But this person went a step further and like was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, which is like so sad. But yeah. Okay. Let me read a couple of comments. Oh, there's an edit, you guys. She broke up with him. She said
Thank God.
She said she needed to be sure first. I'm not sure all the details yet, but I'm happy that she got out.
But now that friendship's just thrown away because she walked away.
I'd tell her that you will be there for her and help her move out when she comes to her senses and realizes she's being abused. And tell her having autism is not an excuse for being abusive. Autistic people understand the meaning of no and boundaries. If he ignores both, it's because he wants to and can get away with it. Yeah.
Basically.
Never set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. Your friend is far too comfortable letting someone get away with their actions. As painful as it is, she needs to learn a painful lesson on her own. Here's what I think about that. Yeah, there are consequences to your actions, but I still think it's your job to be there for her while she's dealing with this.
I agree.
You know? And also, I think it would be different if, like, the boyfriend was, like, attacking the friend.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be different. Like, if he was, like, doing things to her and, like, she was unsafe or she was being abused and the friend wasn't doing it and the person in the relationship wasn't doing anything about it, that would be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Boyfriends who come for their girlfriend's friends.
Oh, my gosh. We got through our first episode with a guest.
Slay.
I think that went really well. What do you think?
Too. I think so, too.
I also love the set, if I do say so.
I know.
myself.
I like the sign. The new sign.
Ate it up. No crumbs.
I agree.
No crumbs.
Teagues, is there anything you want to say to the people before we sign out?
Any parting wisdom?
Parting wisdom.
I would love to hear some.
You want to do a dance for them?
Yeah, let's do a dance.
Wait, is that the wobble? No.
Cover the dogs.
They're barking.
Oh my, they're so loud.
Cage those beasts.
Mom, pick me up. I'm scared.
The blanket
Okay.
can't contain them.
Well, do you want to tell them to subscribe?
Yeah, subscribe to their channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like and subscribe and comment down below.
If you like it, like it.
And if you don't, fix
yourself.
Bye.
Conspiracy theory for the night. If you ate a whole bag of popcorn, not even a whole bag, just like a bunch of popcorn kernels the day before you died and got cremated, would they pop? End quote. End quote. That's good.